What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to share a couple of random pops with you. Now, I do have my horror background here, but these are not horror-focused pops, at least not directly. But I do think they're a cool mix of pops, so let's jump right into it, starting off with the latest Melina pop from Mortal Kombat 1. I do have the other Melina pop that Funko has done. That one was a GameStop exclusive. This one here was with Funko.com, 5,000 pieces. I cannot remember if this one sold out or not. You would have to check the site to see if it's still available if you're interested in it. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Mortal Kombat 1, mainly because when it comes to fighting games, I like to play them. I'm not the greatest at them, though, so I don't really compete online with them. So I really need some solid one-player content, and I feel like Mortal Kombat 1 just did not deliver there. I really don't like the invasions mode. I find it to be very tedious, very boring. The rewards aren't great, so yeah, I just kind of moved away from Mortal Kombat 1. I will still check out other people play the game, especially because of some of the downloadable characters they have, including Ghostface. That's about to drop, of course, from the Scream franchise. So looking forward to seeing people, play as that character in the fatalities and all that stuff, But yeah, I wanted to add this Melina to my collection because I really do like the look of it. I love how it's so different from the original Melina pop, but they both are true to the character. The other pops back here, I don't have any of these yet, but I wouldn't mind getting the Scorpion and Sub-Zero eventually. Liu Kang, I feel like they could have done a better version of him based off of this game, especially considering, he's a god essentially. So like, why not make a more interesting pop than this? I mean, he just looks like a normal guy there for the most part, other than the white eyes. Yeah, they really could have done something more interesting, but like a lot of Mortal Kombat fans, I'm hoping that Funko will be able to do a lot more characters in the future. It seems like they're sticking to just a few, and I think that's really because of Warner Brothers and NetherRealm, what they're allowing Funko to do. I think Funko does want to do more characters, so, fingers crossed, maybe they could work that out in the future. I will be unboxing the pops that I'm showing you right now with just one exception. I'll get to that in a moment, though. Next up here, I want to share the latest pop that I actually found, and I saw this on my way to see Venom 3, and I decided to purchase it from Hot Topic. So we have here the Advanced Suit 2.0 Symbiote Takeover, of course, based on Spider-Man 2. I enjoyed that game for the most part. I still think I like the first Spider-Man game a little bit more. It's very unfortunate to hear that there's not going to be additional story content with this game. The studio is basically moving on. That kind of surprised me because the first game had more than one piece of DLC with it, and they were pretty good. So yeah, a little disappointed by that, but we'll see what the future holds with the company. But yeah, this is a pretty cool looking figure, so I went ahead and added it to my collection. The other figures back here, I've not seen these in store just yet. Let me know if you've seen any of these. I definitely do like the look of these, so I could see adding these to my collection. So maybe I'll track these down eventually. But yeah, I just haven't seen those yet, but this one is very cool. Looking forward to checking that out up close. Next up here, I have two pops that they released separately, but of course they are based on the same franchise though, so these are pretty awesome here. So we have a new Bane figure, of course, based on the Dark Knight Rises. This the Target exclusive. Yeah, and I've really been looking forward to checking this out. Okay, I definitely like the design of Bane for this movie, and I have some collectibles based on him, not a whole lot. But yeah, this is just a cool look for the character. Of course, he is holding up the picture there of Harvey Dent. And I've actually seen this one in Target stores. I ordered mine with Funko.com, but I've actually seen this in Target stores now. So yeah, if you're interested in this one, you definitely should be able to track it down. And I do like the look of the black box here. The Dark Knight Rises, I know it's a movie with a lot of issues. I still enjoy it overall, but yeah, it definitely has its share of plot holes and some other issues with it. But yeah, Bane is a cool character, of course. And then we have here, also from the same franchise, but this one being based on Batman Begins, we have here the Fear Gas Batman, which was a Funko.com exclusive. Again, I'm not sure if this one sold out. You could check to see if it's available if you're interested. But yeah, I really did like that moment in the movie, where Batman was making use of Scarecrow's fear toxin on him, on Scarecrow. Yeah, so this is a pretty awesome callback. And again, it's not a horror figure, but it's kind of horror adjacent in a way because of the way Batman looked with the gas effect on him. So yeah, that is a pretty awesome idea to do this particular figure. I was very happy to go ahead and order this and add it to my collection. And speaking of horror real quick, I really hope at some point that NetherRealm can do a straight up horror game, because obviously they like horror characters. They've had a lot of horror characters featured in Mortal Kombat, and it would just be so awesome if they could bring some horror characters together in a game. That would be very cool to see. Maybe they can make that happen in the future. And then I have one more pop here that I am actually going to keep in box, because this one, I kind of debated on whether or not I wanted to get any of the new Incredibles pops. I do think they're cool looking. Of course, we have there the classic looking Mr. Incredible, Elastigirl, Edna Mode with the flame reflecting in the glasses there, JJ and Syndrome. So I did end up ordering all of these except for Edna Mode. I didn't really feel like I needed that one necessarily, but my Mr. Incredible arrived first, and turns out I ended up with the Chase. So I actually ordered this one from Entertainment Earth. Something went wrong in the shipping to where Elastigirl and JJ and Syndrome, for whatever reason, they never made it to me. They got sent back to Entertainment Earth. So I don't know where that hiccup happened, but I do see that they are rectifying that. They have shipped those out to me, so they are on the way. It would be very cool to get the Elastigirl Chase as well, because then of course it would match with the Mr. Incredible with the black and white paint job. But if it doesn't happen, that's not a big deal. But yeah, I don't know what happened in the shipping, but like I said, Entertainment Earth has been good about rectifying that. Those other pops are on the way to me, and I'll probably share those in a future video. So with that being a Chase, I'm just going to leave it in the box, and I'll be putting that into a protector after I'm done recording here. But we will take a closer look at the other figures. I really like the coloring on this Melina pop with the sort of burgundy, almost reddish color, and the gold there. It's at least 3 different colors we have going on there that look pretty cool, you know, mixed together. And of course they go along with the red of her eyes, even though that's a different red. Kind of plays off of the color of her eyes there. So this outfit, I think is very interesting. I can't remember if it's one of her standard outfits in the game or if it's one that you unlock. Like I said, I didn't play Invasions a whole lot to unlock a bunch of costumes. I got kind of bored with that quickly, especially since a lot of the costumes you unlock, they're just like a variation based on a specific character. So I just really wasn't into that personally. But yeah, I do like the look of this figure here. She is on a stand, you know, comes along with this base here, so that is appreciated, you know, because with the female characters, of course, the slim ankles, they can start to bend if you keep them out of box. So it is good that this is on that stand already. I like the way that she's holding her weapons there, the size. That's pretty interesting, the way that she is gripping them there. Yeah, cool mix of colors. I really like the look of this pop, and I always say, you know, get the pops out of box at least once, you know, to check out the details, because I didn't even realize from the front view here that this is like a, you know, skeleton type structure there holding her hair in place. And even with her hair, it's kind of like, it kind of fades here. You know, there's some thought done with the paint job. It's not like it's just a perfect black, and that does seem very intentional because it's on the other side here as well, although there is a paint flaw here. I don't know, that kind of takes me back to There's Something About Mary, but yeah, I think that is just a paint flaw, but whatever, you know, it's still a great looking figure here. And again, this was a Funko.com exclusive. I was glad to pick this one up. Next up here we have this, and I'm going to keep forgetting this long name for this particular figure, but I do have the box right there. Again, this is the Advanced Suit 2.0 Symbiote Takeover. So you can kind of see that this is that particular suit. There is a little bit of the blue there, and of course the giant white spider on his chest. But this is mainly, of course, the symbiote taking it over. Oh, you can see the blue on the legs too there. Had to look kind of close to see that. I was thinking it was more black covering it than this, but yeah, they do have little spaces there where you can see some of his costume beneath. So nice detailing there. Of course, the tendrils look very cool the way they are coming out, and you see the symbiote taking over all the way back here on the mask. Yeah, this is a really great looking figure. I probably will put this with my Venom collection. I think this will fit in nicely there. Even though I do have some of the video game pops together, I think this goes well with those Venom figures. So yeah, this is really awesome looking. You notice here the red is not like super bright. And sometimes that annoys me about pops, you know, with the paint jobs. But because this one is the symbiote taking over, I think it does work to have a more subtle red there and the subtle blue as well. So yeah, this is a great figure. Again, you know, a Hot Topic exclusive. Should be pretty easy to track down if you want that one. So the Bane figure here, yeah, this is pretty cool. I always love the look of this mask here. Would be nice if the pop was a little bit taller, but then again, Tom Hardy is not really a tall guy. They did a lot of, you know, things with angles to try to make Bane look bigger in the movie, which worked for the most part until you had the moments where he's fighting Batman up close and you can tell that Christian Bale is actually, you know, taller. But yeah, they made it work for the most part. Tom Hardy, I think, did a pretty good job with it, even though obviously, you know, there was times where it was tough to understand him through this mask. But yeah, he's holding the picture there of Harvey Dent. I really love this coat too, and the coat over the bulletproof vest and everything. Always like that look for this character. So whoever put the look of the character together, I'm sure it was like a collaboration, but they did a great job with it. Yeah, so again, that was the Target exclusive there. And we have here, of course, the Fear Gas Batman. And I'll say it's tough to pull off black on black details, but they really made it work here with this pop. See, sculpted mouth, of course, that black ooze coming out in the eyes there as well. I mean, the details really do stand apart, even though it is black on black. They really make it work there. I even like how there's like ridges there, up there with the horns. Yeah, to give it more of an evil look to it, and the wrinkling around the eyebrows and everything. That is pretty cool. Even the suit here has like some sort of like aging and stuff to it. You see how blotchy it is there on the back, and that is done intentionally. That looks pretty cool. And then of course the actual fear gas, this cloud coming up there, that is pretty awesome looking. So I really like this pop. I ended up liking this pop, I think, more than I even thought I would. I did like it from the original image that I saw, but seeing it up close, very happy to have this in my Batman collection. And I am in the process of basically putting all the movie related pops in one certain area of my collection. And so yeah, I'm going to be happy to put this one in the Bane along with those other figures. Very cool. So like I said, the Mr. Incredible, I am going to keep that one in box. You know, these figures here, even though I like the look of them out of box, they'll be going back in their boxes and then placed where I want them within my collection. I actually do have my Mortal Kombat figures together, so yeah, Melina will go right along with the other Melina that I already have. But yeah, let me know what you think about these figures here. Have you picked any of these up, or do you plan to pick any of these up? You know, what have you seen in stores recently, of course, as well? There are some common figures I'm interested in, and I've seen some of them in stores, but I've also seen some damaged boxes already, unfortunately. And as we get closer to Christmas, I'm trying not to shop too much for myself because I am doing trades with friends. And let me know if that's something that you do as well within the collecting community. Like, do you do trade boxes or anything with your friends? Is that something that you're into? I think it's an awesome part of, you know, being a part of the collecting community. I will advise people though, when it comes to trades, definitely stick to people that you strongly trust, because I've heard some horror stories before in the past about, you know, boxes not showing up or people getting items that are clearly not somebody's fandom or very cheap, you know. So yeah, just let me know what you think about trade boxes for the holidays. Is that something that you are into? Thank you all so much for taking the time to check this out, and I will talk to you all again real soon.